Hello, hello, good to see you again. Today's tutorial is on foundation, and there's a bit of a surprise here because, as you know from my previous tutorials, I'm a huge fan of the Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo Foundation. I always loved the full coverage that it gave, wore very well, and was perfect for my line of work with cameras and lights and for anybody needing a full coverage foundation. So when I went to my local Sephora to buy a new bottle because I was running low, the gal who works there says, have you tried Marc Jacobs Remarcable foundation? She said, it's got the full coverage that you like, but it's also lightweight. And I said, hold up, full coverage and lightweight? Is this not an oxymoron? And she said, trust me. And so I did. And so in last week's video, when I did my Valentine's giveaway and I listed the descriptions of all the products that I used in my makeup, a lot of you keyed into the fact that the Remarcable foundation was listed there. And you said, hey, whoa, wait a second. I thought you liked the Kat Von D. And I do, but I am really, really loving this stuff for a variety of reasons. So I figured it's worthy of a tutorial. This is what it looks like. So it is Marc Jacobs Remarcable. It is truly lightweight, like they say, incredible full coverage. The pigmentation in this product is astonishing. The other thing that's remarkable is that it dries to an almost powder-like finish. So I find that as the day progresses, I don't need to touch up with powder as much as I did with the Kat Von D. The Kat Von D was heavier and it created a little bit more of a sheen on my face. Probably a better foundation if you have very, very dry skin. This, you need to at least have a light to a medium moisturizer underneath as a prep. But this foundation does exactly what it says it does. Tremendous coverage, very easy to apply. And it looks like, so it has a little dot on the end of its wand here, and they suggest that you just dot it on and then take a blending brush, and I have this one by Makeup Forever. It's number 108 straight, and I'm going to use that to blend it in. But a little goes a long way, and what I really love about this application is as you start to get low, you can actually scoop around and dig around, and you can get the remaining foundation at the bottom of this bottle. So let me go ahead and do a little demo for you, and you can see what it looks like with the foundation on. So I'm going to push in and give you a closer look. Like I said, I'm going to use this application. This is number 35, Beige Taupe, and I'm going to just dot it in a couple of spots on my face and start to blend. Very easy, very smooth. I've got some issues. I've got zits, redness, all kinds of stuff that's just making me a little cuckoo. So this is nice to have to get rid of all those things that I'm trying to cover. Same thing on the other side. Again, just some dots. And you just apply as much as you need depending on the kind of finish that you want. Like I said, for my line of work, I need really good coverage. So I may put on more foundation than you would, but that's just personal preference and again, the kind of coverage you're trying to achieve. Also, you know, from day to night. At nighttime, we want more coverage. At day, maybe a little bit less. And so you can adjust with the amount that you apply. And then I just take it and pull it down on my neck. Easy breezy. And again, some dots on my forehead. And I've only had that applicator wand in the foundation just once. I haven't had to redunk it. And if I need a little bit more, I can just take some from my brush right here and go in this area in the middle of my forehead where I've been a little red, a little zit. I don't know what's going on. Hormones. Aren't they fun? Also, what I love to do with this foundation is I've been using it as an eyelid primer before I put on any eye makeup. And again, I will just take a little bit on my brush and just sweep my eyelid. And this sets the stage for great eyeshadow application. You know, it gets rid of any redness or skin discoloration on the lid Makes it an even tone, so it really makes your eyeshadow colors pop. A lot of people will use an eyelid primer, but I just like having a nice full coverage foundation on my lid to set the stage. So there you go. Wasn't that simple? I mean, and so lightweight, so great. And look at that coverage. Isn't that cool? So I'm really happy. And oh, also a little dusting on the lip. Again, the same premise of what it does for the eyeshadow, it will also do for the lipstick. Makes the lipstick stay longer as well. And I'll set that with a little bit of powder, as I will my eyelid. Okay, so I'm going to pull out and you can see the whole thing. So there you go. And you can see now the color blending in with the neck and the chest. But great coverage, great foundation. What I will now do is I will apply the rest of my makeup so you can see a full-faced finished product. So here we are with the completed look using the Marc Jacobs Remarcable foundation. Flawless coverage, lightweight, check. Full coverage, check. Loving it, check. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Just to let you know, by the way, this product is $55. It is not on the inexpensive list by any means, but I will say a little dab will go a long way. So I really think you can stretch this out and get a lot of use out of it. But in my book, it was worth giving a try, and I'm really happy that I did. I'm also really getting into this whole terracotta eye look, so I'm thinking maybe that'll be next week's tutorial. I don't know. You tell me. Comments and suggestions below. Please continue to follow me on all my social media channels. I will be announcing my giveaway winner, by the way, on Valentine's Day. My winner is getting the Love Flush Blush Kit, which was featured in last week's tutorial. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. Just a short time to enter. We're cutting it off on February 13th at midnight. Winner announced on Valentine's Day, February 14th, on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and blah, 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 all those great places. So again, I thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. With your made up face and your flawless foundation, will you go out there? And I dare you to be bold, and you will be blessed. And I'll see you in a week. Bye.